In August, a young family, including a father, mother, one-year-old child, and even a dog, mysteriously disappeared on a remote trail in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California. Authorities searched the area for clues. They found 8 photos of the couple taken on their phone and a series of 5 attempted phone calls. However, for 4 long months, the police tried to understand what had happened to the young family and find out the reasons for their mysterious disappearance. In today's video, you will learn about the tragic and mysterious case of the disappearance of a family from Mariposa, and hear the horrific details of the investigation into this incident that shocked the entire community. Ellen Chang and Jonathan Garish were a wonderful married couple who shared a love of hiking. They often went outdoors with their 8-year-old dog Oski, a lively Australian Akita mix. In August 2020, their happiness was enhanced when a beautiful daughter named Aurelia Miju came into their lives. Jonathan Garish worked as a software engineer in Silicon Valley, and due to the effects of the pandemic, he was forced to work from home. This decision was influenced by their desire to provide their daughter with a life outside the bustling city, so they decided to leave San Francisco and settle in the charming town of Mariposa, California. On August 14, 2021, Jonathan used his trusty app to plan the route for their upcoming hike through the high cliffs. Using only waypoints and directions, he plotted the path without worrying about calculating exact distances or elevation gain. For Jonathan, who often used various apps to plan his hiking adventures, this was a common occurrence. The next day, on a sunny Sunday, August 15, 2021, Ellen, Jonathan, their adorable 1-year-old daughter Aurelia, and their faithful dog Oski set out to hike through the remote landscapes of the Sierra National Forest. This forest is located in the southern Sierra Nevada mountains and covers 1.3 million acres, stretching mostly through Fresno County. It also extends into Madera and Mariposa counties. The Sierra National Forest is an exciting combination of outdoor recreation, beautiful scenery, and numerous natural springs. The enchanting combination of outdoor activities and scenic beauty makes the Sierra National Forest a popular destination for nature and outdoor enthusiasts. Their vehicle was spotted around 7:45 a.m., heading toward the High Cove Trailhead, which is 3,800 feet above sea level. The weather was pleasant, between 74 and 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and their starting point was at an elevation of about 3,880 feet above sea level. They started their day with a 2.2-mile hike on the Heights Cove Road Trail, heading for the U.S. Forest Service trailhead. When they crossed this point, the elevation had dropped to 1,930 feet above sea level, and the temperature had risen to 99 degrees Fahrenheit. Their journey continued along a scenic 2-mile trail that runs along the southern branch of the Merced River until it meets the Lundy Wilderness Trail. At this junction, they found themselves at an elevation of approximately 1,800 feet. At this point, the temperature rose to 103 degrees Fahrenheit. They then braved the steep slopes of the Lundy Wilderness Trail in constant sunlight as the trail headed southeast. By this time, the temperature had soared to a scorching 109 degrees Fahrenheit. The researchers noted that the ground temperature was likely even higher due to the lack of tree cover caused by the Ferguson Fire in 2018. Despite the challenging conditions, the family hiked about 2 miles of the Lundy Wilderness Trail. The rising temperatures and the location of the trail were a real challenge for the family. In the evening, the family took a moment to shoot a special video for their nanny and grandmother, demonstrating the child's newfound ability to walk. The next day, Monday, August 16th, at around 11 a.m., the family's nanny arrived at the family's home for her regular shift, but was saddened to find the house empty. She reached out to their parents and friends, hoping for some news, which was even more surprising as the couple also failed to show up for work. As the hours passed, she kept calling and looking for them, but unfortunately, after unsuccessful attempts, she had no choice but to contact the authorities. The family was officially reported missing at 11 o'clock in the evening of the same day, about 12 hours after the nanny discovered the empty house. In the early morning hours of Tuesday, August 17th, 2021, a sheriff's deputy found their gray car parked at the beginning of the trail. The family drove off to meet their adventure. Wasting no time, the Mariposa County Sheriff's deputy called in search and rescue teams to help, and by 4 in the morning, these dedicated teams were on the scene tracking human and animal tracks, combing the Heights Cove Road Trail. As the sun gradually brightened the sky, more search teams joined the effort on the Savage Lundy Trail around 8:40 a.m., and not wanting to leave any stone unturned in their path, they also contacted the California Highway Patrol, requesting their trusty helicopter to assist in the search. That Tuesday morning, around 9:30 a.m., a horrific discovery was made. The lifeless bodies of Jonathan, Ellen, Aurelia, and Oski were found in a remote corner in Devil's Gulch along the South Fork of the Merced River. about 1.6 miles from their parked car. Reportedly, the only trace of food found at the scene was an empty water bottle. Interestingly, there were no other water containers or any water filtration systems in sight. Upon closer inspection, there were no obvious signs of violence, trauma, or falls on the bodies. Intriguingly, they were found on the trail itself, not hidden in some place. To ensure the safety of the search teams and staff, as well as to keep the scene as intact as possible, investigators requested a helicopter to fly over the scene. Deputy Sheriff Christy Mitchell said that this was not a typical situation that we have ever encountered or that other agencies have encountered. The Mariposa County Sheriff's Office was inundated with tips, suggestions, and requests for investigation, which they diligently reviewed. Eventually, they took precautionary measures by closing the Merced River Recreation Center and the roads and trails to it in the Sierra National Forest. Starting Sunday, August 29th, 2021, an investigation into this tragic event was launched, and as a result, the forest remained closed to the public until at least the end of September. The search and rescue team knew that this hiking route was recognized as a risky area, which made their efforts all the more necessary. Initially, investigators feared that the family might have accidentally inhaled toxic fumes, possibly from an abandoned mine nearby. However, it turned out that the nearest mine was more than 2 miles away. To investigate, California State Highway Patrol teams and a helicopter thoroughly combed the area, but found no evidence that the family had come into contact with or entered the mine. There had also been reports of toxic algae in the area, prompting investigators to wonder whether algae blooms or other hazards might have played a role in the family's tragic fate. To find out, several water tests were conducted. 6 different laboratories participated in these tests, and the results of the analyses of water samples collected along the South Fork of the Merced River showed the presence of a substance called anatoxin A. This compound belongs to a group known as cyanotoxins and is produced by certain types of cyanobacteria. These cyanobacteria can thrive in water bodies, especially during the warmer months, producing toxins that pose a danger to both humans and animals. However, despite the presence of this toxic substance, there was no evidence that Jonathan, Ellen, or Aurelia had consumed this contaminated water. Lick Peng, an assistant recreation officer with the Bass Lake Ranger District, which oversees this part of the Sierra National Forest, emphasized the need to be cautious about these findings. The absence of injuries or signs of trauma on the bodies of the family and their dog allowed the Mariposa County Sheriff's Office to rule out chemical exposure or the use of firearms or other deadly weapons as a cause of death. Important developments continued to unfold in this complex case, and January 22, 2021 became an important date in the timeline. The Mariposa County Sheriff's Office took the initiative to hold a press conference to share their findings regarding the death of Chang Harish's family on Friday, October 15th. The cause of their death was officially determined. The pathologist made the report after a thorough review of the autopsy results, numerous toxicology data, and a thorough examination. The conclusion drawn from all of this information was that Jonathan Garish, Ellen Chang, and their infant daughter, Aurelia Miju, died of hyperthermia and likely dehydration. The cause of their deaths was clear, but the same cannot be said for their faithful dog Oski, whose death remains a mystery. Based on the evidence at the scene and the condition of Oski's remains, investigators suggested that the dog may have also been struggling with the effects of the excessive heat. However, the police tried to find out as many details as possible. There was no phone service on the trail where the family was, which further complicated the situation, and the FBI tried to access Jonathan's phone, which was found in his pocket. On February 17, 2022, the Mariposa County Sheriff's Office shared a message on Facebook announcing some important progress. After several months of working closely with the FBI's computer phone forensics team, they were able to extract details from Jonathan Garish's phone. This information allowed them to piece together a route and timeline using GPS data stored in the phone. The information obtained from the phone data confirmed previous findings, pointing to the role of heat in the tragic incident. In addition, they also came across several photos taken during a family hike. The very first picture was taken at 7:44 a.m., just a few steps from the trailhead. Another photo appeared 15 minutes later, capturing the beginning of their journey. At 9:05 a.m., the family snapped a picture of the magnificent Merced River, capturing a beautiful moment in their journey. Over the next 40 minutes, from 9:35 to 10:16, they organized a mini photo shoot, taking a total of 10 shots showing the beauty of the river. Among them were couple shots and adorable family selfies depicting their joyful time together. The last photo on the phone was taken at 12:25 p.m., a screenshot of their location on a hiking app called All Trails. As the day progressed, it became clear that Jonathan was making every effort to reach out for help. He was desperately trying to send messages, but the poor phone coverage was preventing them from being delivered. Interestingly, despite their dire situation, they did not dial 911. These attempts to call were made not far from where their bodies were later found. In the midst of this unfolding tragedy, the results of the cell phone data analysis were the crucial, missing piece that both the family and investigators were eagerly awaiting. However, the question remains, if the family was dehydrated and in need of help, why didn't they just turn around and go home? Or try to call 911? The suicide theory that the community was pushing was also dismissed. This was a very happy young family. All their friends and relatives said that would never be possible. It looks as if they died without a cause, so this case remains another disturbing mystery of a mysterious death in the wilderness. That's all, and if you liked the video, be sure to thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and be sure to write your own opinion in the comments below. See you in the new episodes. Bye.